Well, we already have our own daughter, and so I've already had the experience of having a pregnancy and a baby. And it's completely unexpected to me how much I would love my daughter. When I say completely unexpected, I know that some people, after they have their baby, maybe they feel depressed. So I didn't want to put an expectation on myself that I would feel anything about my baby, but I really, really love my daughter. And now she's 8 years old, and she would really like a little brother or sister. And I think that the thing I'm looking forward to the most is really seeing, if her relationship as well, developing with a little brother or sister that she's always wanted. I originally found this clinic because my husband's mother's friend had had successful fertility treatment here, and I thought if she could do it and she recommended it, then why not go and have a consultation? At first my husband was skeptical because it's a different country and he didn't know what the facilities would be like, but both of us were really impressed by what we saw when we got here. In a way, when I came here, I was expecting to be on my own. I was thinking maybe I would be the only person coming here for treatment. But when I got here, I could see that there were other people who wanted to be parents, so other couples here. Some of them had successfully received their babies, and this is in the apartments that I am staying in with BioTex, where everything is provided for you, and the joy on their faces when they have their babies is incredible. And it's really inspired me because I'm thinking that if they can successfully achieve their dreams of having a baby, then maybe I can as well. And I'm really hopeful that if I do what my doctor says over here and follow everything, and I really trust myself in your hands, then maybe my dream will come true too. Well, I realized that I might die, but I suppose the way I see it is that you can die of anything. So I just thought that life has to go on for people. There are lots of people here and life goes on for them. Yeah, I mean, I think that you have to accept that there's maybe a slightly greater risk, or over a visit into Ukraine. However, you take risks in your life when you cross the road or when you do other things. So in the context, yes, it's a greater risk, but it's a risk I was willing to take. Since coming to Kiev, I've contacted Hospitalier, who's the paramedic group that's on the front line that you may be familiar with. They can be looked up as hospitalers, and they needed anti-burn. So I organised for them some anti-burn for the front line, and then I got that delivered to them. So that's one of the first things that I did that was really helpful for them, because it was something that they needed right now and something that they're out of. And actually, much of Ukraine is sold out of anti-burn. It's a really big problem to source it. So I spent quite a lot of time contacting suppliers and finding the anti-burn that they could get quickly, and finding from them what they needed and getting it to them. In the war, I was expecting that there wouldn't be any accommodation, there wouldn't be any food, there wouldn't be any facilities like there normally are, because there's a war, and I would be understanding of that. However, I was really surprised to find that you have your accommodation, you have an incredible full staffing for the accommodation. They're preparing meals for guests, that I'm not the only guest, that there are other guests, many interesting people that I've had a chance to meet over here, because they're also like me, people who would make this step over a time of war. And it's been really eye-opening for me in many ways. I think it is possible to be quite safe. The BioTex accommodation has got a basement where the meals are taken, so that's safer than being, on a high floor or something like this. So it's always possible to go to the basement, to have some water if there's a bomb siren, or to just chat with people in the basement and to just stay there until, the sirens. So sirens do sound, and then there's an app that you can download where you can find out when the sirens are going to be and where the warnings are. And you download, so I downloaded this app, and and when the siren goes, it's there for a time. So sometimes it's a few minutes, sometimes it's longer, and in that time, one of the things that you can do if in the BioTex accommodation is go down to the basement, or you can position yourself in a sensible place, so not facing, the potential any strikes that might be coming from the east. And then it'll probably be okay and you'll be fine. I would definitely recommend this clinic and during wartime, and the reason I say this is because the service is very good in terms of being met, at the train station, taken to accommodation, you feel looked after. It is eye-opening, it is interesting, it is different in wartime than how it is in peacetime, but what has been really incredible to me is how the clinic has managed to maintain its exceptional quality of service over this time, and that's something which is very inspiring and should inspire other business people and so on, the exceptional service at such a time.